Welcome. Hold on, let me get into it. All right. Welcome to the first episode of the Fire Me Podcast. And yeah, that's basically the vibe we're going for is fucking fire me. Do it. I don't give a shit. What do you think? What do you think, Steve? We're going to go ahead and go down the line here and introduce all the personalities. I'm Jim, Jimmy Cold Cuts on Instagram, Jimmy Cold Cuts 968 on Instagram. We got Steve Ferreira, the Portuguese legend over here. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, Steve Ferreira, Steve's _535. Oh, man. You already know.
Nominated Educator of the Year at the CT Barber Expo, Steve Ferreira. Larry, the ring stealer Travaglione.
It's not true. I found him first of all.
Well, we'll see. And Uplift Rocco. There you go. That's the pod.
Yeah, he looks thrilled.
We are over the top.
We're going to get some smelling salts for Rocco and wake him up. He doesn't wake up for nothing except the CT Barber Expo.
I'm sure we do have some.
Are you guys going? I know you're going. Are you guys going?
I'm going.
I'll go.
You're not going.
Maybe
I'm glued to that.
You got
think about maybe
kids. I got
You don't
nothing.
have a choice. You're almost in the barber Illuminati at this point.
I know. What does that
You're
feel like?
I don't know.
Upper echelon.
That's actually a great place to start. So
know,
Rocco
but he
is
can't say.
Rocco is very likely going to win the vote for Product of the Year, and they're not going to give it to him as it's almost like an anti-participation award. They're like, you got it so much, you're so good, we got to give it to someone else, even though you know.
I can't even look over there right now. I don't even want to make eye contact with Rocco because I feel so nervous right now.
That's why I got the fucking shades on. They block out the haters.
Are you asking me how I feel about?
I'm asking you if you think you are legitimately the winner. And if you're not given the award, what sort of tantrum will you throw at the dinner?
So, I mean, I'm very competitive, but at the end of the day, after spectation, I definitely won last year. I've seen the numbers, we won. But, you're always going to have haters. At the end of the day,
Who won last year?
I won.
Okay, yeah, you won.
Did you win?
Not yet.
Oh, so you did win.
You got it. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
People were hating, you're saying?
From what I was told, but it's fine.
From what you were told?
Who
Okay.
who was hating, Lay, right?
I don't know. I don't know any.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going to say names, and I don't know name names.
Listen,
I don't like how
I'll say
politicized the hair
I'd
care
say-
product industry
What
is
a,
getting.
what a dumb thing to do, though.
I know.
Who let the guy win?
Go make
Clearly
your-
won.
Well, I
Make your
don't
own
have
pomade.
100,000 followers, but I do have community. So that was pretty much it. I mean, it didn't matter what category I was going in that year. I was winning.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What-
There's something about when you come into the shop compared to when anybody else is coming to the shop. And whether I knew you or not, it's not even about like, after a while, it's very obviously just a sale with most other companies that I've carried. And it is what it is. The products or whatever and this and that. But like using your product, it's not, I would use it regardless, knowing you or not. Because it's never like oh shit, my numbers are down. I got to make a sale. Let me call fucking A, B, C, D, and E. And make my quota. It's never like that. And that's why I use the product. So to say that it's like some skewed fake number or whatever, you're in every shop in this area, all the way down to Florida half the time. Everybody I see online is like, I'll be scrolling and I'll be like, oh shit, they got a cape or they got a product or they're using the dust. It's like, it's not a fake manufactured
I know.
thing.
I peeked in the background of a video. I think it was Jay Majors did the video at the Barber College he's got down there, and tucked away in the back, kind of hidden. It was kind of a wall of uplift over there. I don't know if he meant to get it in the shot. But
It was a good promo.
But this is the only blue product, so I could tell immediately.
Yeah.
What are you wearing to the Barber Grammys this year?
Ah, that's a good one. I mean,
You kind of blew your load with that suit. Now you got to wear a teal suit. You got to wear a teal suit with the tan accents. You did kind of Obama did last time.
You gotta wear a top hat.
I think I'm going to go
tails.
Adam Sandler style.
if you wore basketball
Yeah.
shorts,
Well, you're not going to win this year, so you can, I guess.
Yeah,
Timberland
full-blown,
boots.
like just went to the gym and then just threw like a hoodie on with some shorts.
I'm gonna try to figure out ahead of time what Victorino Stylo is gonna be wearing. and wear the exact same.
Who is that? Who is that?
He's like a Puerto Rican guy. He does. Yeah, it is. Victorino Stylo en la casa is a real guy, dude.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
He does all the crazy color with the paintbrushes, real in-depth detail.
I gotta check him out.
He wears the nice suits, black on black on black. Last video I saw, he had a little Canadian tuxedo, a little denim thing with the cowboy hat.
All right.
He's always very put together.
What's his name?
Victorino Stylo.
All right, cool.
He's out in Chicago. Last I saw, he's out there teaching classes, dude.
The classes is another thing too. Is there a category for class, like for
Educator,
instructor
yeah.
and educator?
Yeah.
Are you on that?
No. I'll never get.
You should.
I'd never get nominated for shit.
Is what's Haven? What's his name?
Tyler.
Tyler.
He should have been on it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, he's great. He's teaching a class this weekend.
I was gonna nominate myself
Why not? You've
But,
educated the hell out of yourself in the past couple of years.
for education.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
For not knowing to knowing, you've done it.
Yeah.
You're a good teacher,
Yeah.
apparently.
We're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna nominate myself for like content creator or something.
You know
just
what?
like motivate myself for the next 12 months to just create content.
I like it.
Nice.
Nice.
I will be nominating him for education though,
Thank you.
against his wishes.
Next year. It's already too late.
No, it's already
When
You
is
know.
this?
I tried to get in the Barber Illuminati. They didn't want me. I tried. I really did try a couple years ago. I wanted to be in the Illuminati.
What did
They
you do?
wanted
Where did
nothing
you
to
go?
do.
Did you go to
A couple.
Bohemian Grove?
Yeah, nah. A couple of brands were interested in me, and then they just decided they weren't.
What brands?
Hold on. What do you mean a couple brands were interested in?
A couple. I was about to be on a couple of the Clipper companies were interested in one of the.
Which ones?
It doesn't matter.
We can't
There's
talk
only
about
like
it.
3 of them, so what does it matter? And they just decided they weren't. I was They were looking at my story. They were like, that were on the team were like, they're watching you. They're watching you. Don't do anything. Stop doing your bullshit on your story. So I was like,
Nah,
post a
dude,
haircut.
that's you got to do your
Wait,
bullshit.
there's a real Illuminati for barbering?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
The real
It's
Illuminati, bro.
it's Chris Basio, Rocco,
Who's the
Donnie
Jay
Holly.
Majors,
Donnie Holly.
Jay?
What's
the Papito?
Still Gold,
Papito.
and
Menspire.
and Victorino Stylo.
Menspire.
What about
Menspire. What happened to Rum Barber?
Who's Rum Barber?
Oh, I remember Rumble.
They like fell off the face. They like stopped making content and like
know
announced that they were done. And then that guy came out. They were like, "Oh, there's room in the game for us because the UK guy dropped out, so now we can do it."
I don't know Rum Barber.
He was like a UK barber. He was like a section god barber.
He's a Clipper review guy, too.
Is he
Yeah, but
bald?
they would do like the illest, like they would literally do it look like a fucking tie-dye getting ready to get made on top of this guy's head, the amount of pins and fucking shit. Like they were getting ready to do Coolio braids.
You want me to just fucking
Declassified?
all that shit right
Demystify
now?
the
do it.
section god?
As
I
like
didn't
the fucking
expect-
as the section god of Boston, that's all a bunch of fucking
I'm
bullshit.
getting there, dude. I'm getting there.
Just pick the hair up and cut it square.
Here's the thing. Section
Wait,
godding.
are you saying sectioning is bullshit?
No, but like when you see these, like a few years ago, when you'd see all the English guys, they put like 100 clips in the top of the head and they
Yeah.
weren't even symmetrical. It's a bunch of nonsense because at the end of the day, you unclip it, you pick it up, you cut it.
Yeah, it's silly.
So it's like
silly.
1 or 2 sections. Like it was cap.
Do you know that I've been sitting in my shop for like 2 months, like really getting introspective with myself? Like, wow, like you don't know what you're doing.
yeah.
You have no clips.
Yeah.
You are lousy. Thank you.
Dude, my sectioning is like literally horseshoe on the top just to get the top out of the way. And then if it's really long, I'll do like from that down to like behind the ear, just so it's like a panel here and a panel there so that I can I don't get lost in the weeds. But all those fucking nuts, like the diamond in the crown, I don't get that.
I'll show you.
No, I know why they do it, but I'm like, whatever. I'll just cut that part longer.
Depends on what you want to do.
How much more fucking sectioning do you need?
A lot more.
The most sectioning.
I only have 2 clips.
Well, yeah, then you can only do two
2
sections.
sections at a time, baby.
Yeah, it's working out.
Too.
All right.
I never do more than 18 or 19 sections in a hair.
Yeah,
20's crazy. 20's
you don't do more than 8 or 9 cuts a day, dude.
No way.
You got time for those
no
sections.
way. I'm not doing. You guys are fucking crazy doing.
Dude, I've been to your
haircuts.
classes. You were like, anybody got a comb I can? He was like the kid in class that was like, you got a pencil? You got a piece of paper? He's like, give me the spray. At his shop, he was asking from the other station. He's like, give me the spray.
My boy taught a class and he didn't want to clip it.
And he had a girl there, like he was like, "Hey, hold these sections."
Hold it like a fucking Christmas
literally
bow.
holding sections. When you're like teaching like a long haircut, and have like somebody in the class like, "Come here and hold these sections for me." You're not even clipping them.
I like that.
Where are you that you, like if you're in a barbershop, you have clips. Someone's got clips.
Yeah, you're gonna go
I
for
just
drawers.
never used. I have maybe one.
I think I'm with you.
I got a bunch of
I got a
them.
lot.
I'm
I
clipping
got a
with
bunch
phone.
of them. I got
don't
the
clip anything.
I got the ones that got the little like bevel on them, so you can get a real like
It's just nonsense.
you get somebody with dreads.
No,
they
it's
need a
not.
little bit
It's
of
not. I just don't
tapering.
know what
You
the
put it
hell-
on top. They kind of bend around them. Then I got those nice flat metal ones. They just
Those
kind
ones
of
seem
alligator.
cool. I got the Babyliss ones that are like.
Those are
Peroski,
okay, but if the hair's kind of thin, they don't do anything. They claw, dude.
I don't like those.
I got some JRL ones that fucking they're flat though, and they kind of like compression on them, and they're rubbery, but they're like the flat metal ones, but they're thick plastic, and they're JRL.
Would you clip in what's that little thing that sticks to people's heads?
No, I don't like.
You know
that.
what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
I don't like
They're
that.
like little oval things, and,
Oh,
and they Velcro onto people's
Those
heads.
were actually invented in Massachusetts.
Wow.
Salem.
Yeah.
And then the owner of that company,
Massachusetts.
someone stole the trademark from that guy, ripped him off on Alibaba.
Really?
Yep.
What a dirtbag, you guy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That was patented.
I believe so.
Wow, he snatched it up.
He snatched it. This is a rumor that I was told from.
How do you even patent that? There's like a
I mean,
fucking.
You can patent anything.
No, you can't.
Just
Yes, you
about.
can.
It's got to be like something you created, though.
He created.
We had a
this.
conversation in the shop the other day about this. About like, do you think string cheese was patented?
I was not there for this.
You don't?
was
Because I don't
not
think you
there.
can patent it. I just think that's what mozzarella does.
Strings,
You just pull. You ever have like a ball of mozzarella and you pull and it just kind of comes apart?
little stringy mutts.
If you extrude that into a tube, it just peels from top to bottom, dude. You can't patent that. You can trademark the name string cheese. You can't patent naturally occurring fucking cheese, dude.
My daughter loves those.
That's like patenting holes in Swiss cheese.
Those poor kids.
It's
steal
fire.
all their
String cheese is
snacks.
fire.
It is a good. It's a.
String cheese is great.
What,
if
you
you
want
have
to talk
low
about different
carb.
types of
Because
cheese?
if you have kids in the house, you will take their snacks. 100%.
Oh, I'm a
I-
snack
yeah.
monster.
I don't have kids. I buy them. My girl buys
I
them.
would never buy string cheese, but if it's there, I'll eat it.
I like the red circles.
The
Yeah.
Baby Bells, what is it called?
I didn't understand it.
Yeah,
like,
the
do you
wax
eat
is
the
around.
You know how
outside?
disappointed I was when I found out the cheese wasn't red?
Well, like the square, the triangle with like the red bowl on the front, like you know, what I'm
Yeah.
talking? The goat.
When did those come out?
We were
Because I just
kids.
remember classic string cheese.
Baby
I don't
Bell.
remember the Baby Bells until my daughter
The
was.
Baby Bells, they were like in a little mesh baggie.
Yeah, but what year did those come out? 'Cause-
Been out as long as I've
I'm from
been.
the- I'm from the
Definitely
80s.
2016.
I'm start
Okay.
carrying those around.
Yeah, I'm from the 80s. That's why I didn't.
Nah,
bag of
those
cheese
are
gold.
those are good though. Yeah, they
I
are
love
good.
that shit.
They are good.
Let's just, segue into food.
I'm
I
down.
don't
This is
give
a
a shit
food
about barber
podcast,
content,
though.
dude.
Let's
Yeah.
talk about our last dinner as a group. It was great.
Oh, man. So we were at,
Polcari.
I'll be the one. We were at Polcari, and I said this earlier, and Rocco was like, just don't say the location. But we were in Woburn. We were at Polcari's in Woburn, and we're eating. The pizza was fine.
It was pizza.
The meatballs were great. They were a little tough, which is not great for meatballs, but then there was some visitors in the back.
They had several
In the other room.
Several mice.
Several.
I was like, I didn't know we were at Chuck E. Cheese.
several waiters.
If you know what I mean. I'm not going to accuse Polcari's of anything, but there was some visitors in the back, and they felt like they had to shut the curtains.
Like the mice
So-
were going to run under the curtain.
Right. Well, you weren't going to see them, I guess, was the thing. Even though there were people in that room eating at the time.
I saw a good 4 of them because I was the one facing it. I was like, oh, there's a mouse. There's a mouse. Then I started yelling at the lady, go, throw your pizza on the floor and tell and see if they would get it. And they were in there screaming. I'm like, yo, it's a mouse. Like,
Yeah.
this restaurant is from the 1700s.
Yeah, but they're
You didn't
Woburn
think they
mice.
would-
I was kind of disappointed. This is the thing. The only Regina's that that I know of that's worth going to. I mean, the North End is a disaster. You can't park anywhere.
Burlington
It's
Mall.
a sardine can. I don't like the mall ones because the teenagers that they hire, everything's too salty, and they don't have the wood-fired oven to do it.
Medford.
Medford's the
Medford.
best one.
Gas.
And that's why I was asking you, what the fuck is Polcari's? Because it's like the one in Medford is a full-service restaurant, and it's just a Regina's.
Yeah.
So I don't even know what Polcari's is. Like, who owns that? Why don't they just call it Regina's? No, every time you go to like a Polcari's, you're like, what is this Regina? Like, it's confusing.
Well, I've only known of one Polcari's.
No, there's one on Route 1.
Is
That
there
one's
one on
okay.
Route
That
one?
one's okay.
You know what? You're right. There is.
But is it the same company?
Yeah, but I'm never like on Route 1 and be like, yes, we're going to Pocari's. Like, obviously, you want to go to Kowloon.
No, you want to go to the
It's not a
cab.
staple.
There you
That's
go.
what you want to do.
It's not a staple.
If I'm going to Regina, I'm
You
going
want to go to
North End.
Hilltop.
The Hilltop. Is that
Now it's a fucking Avalon condos.
I
Talk
see
about
the sign.
This is, by the way, how the corporate takeover of America happened. They take all of our idols that we see, the fucking mini golf dinosaur, the cactus, and they just turn it into fucking condos.
The dinosaur
a
is
big
something.
dorm
I
room
have
for
an
adults.
Awesome picture up there with like little action figures of all of Route 1.
Really?
Yeah,
pretty
it's
sick.
all fucking done, dude. It's
Is
all
the-
a fucking theme
Is the
park.
Hilltop restaurant open again? Because I see the sign.
no.
It's
Do
just
you
a sign.
remember?
No, that's a fucking
I
condo.
never
now.
went.
Do you remember how cold the meat fucking freezer was as a kid?
No.
I used to hate going in there. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
My mom would be like, we're just going in. And I'd be like,
That's how I feel when I go to Dom's, dude.
dude, like this. Like, and I'd be in like a fucking yellow tank top and like 5-inch shorts. I'd be like, I don't want to be in here. And dude, I wasn't even a steak guy.
8 years
I
old,
didn't even
picking your
like
steak.
when I was a kid. Now it's all I eat. Go figure.
Kids don't like steak.
I was a chicken guy.
My kids like steak. That's a
My
lie.
kid loves steak.
I love steak.
My kids.
You
kill
think
steak.
overall, if you polled every kid, that most of them will be like, yeah, I like a nice medium rare ribeye.
100%.
Nah, come on.
Most kids aren't getting steaks, dude. First of all, I'm not buying a kid a fucking steak. You're buying your kids steaks,
But
dude,
my-
when you go
I
out.
take my
My
kid to the.
daughter-
I take my kid to the.
If
Bancroft.
I had a kid and they were like, I want that
I'll take my
$48.
kid- I literally take my daughter to the Bancroft.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
about to take her to Grill 23 next week. I have one kid. If
But
I
how
had-
old is she?
I mean, I was taking her when she was 8. I used to be like, yo, stand up next to the tomahawk, and we take a photo.
And she was crushing tomahawks?
with me. Yeah, we'd get a tomahawk.
Will takes his kids to go
love
get
that.
steak, but he's the one eating the chicken fingers, so it all balances out.
Bro, not every week. Not every week.
He's watching this. Yeah, my child will have the baked potato and the ribeye steak, bone-in Delmonico, and I will have the chicken fingers. And can you put a side of mac and cheese on that? Can you? Great.
Nice, thanks. And an apple
Thank you.
juice.
And can you bring 2 bowls of bread because we're gonna eat it, and then you're not gonna be here. So
My kids crush like food like that. My daughter asked me the other day to have a seafood boil. I had to get crab legs, 2 fucking crab
Yeah,
legs
yeah, my
for
daughter-
$54. I'm like, how do you ask for crab legs on a Friday night? Like, where are we
a
from?
seafood boil.
A seafood boil.
I
And the
never
kid
would've
loves
asked
it.
my parents for
and I
that.
can't say no. Yeah, I don't. She got balls. I don't know where the hell she gets it from. If I ever said, Dad, make me a seafood boil, he would have fucking smacked me into next week. A seafood boil.
My mom would make like hot dogs and cut it up and put it in beans, and
My
you'd be
dad
like,
was-
"Mom is a fucking coolest." Your kids are asking for a fucking. They're like, "Can we buy 100 newspapers and a
loser.
fucking park bench so we can pour out our seafood boil onto the fucking bench?" What the
Crazy.
fuck are your kids watching on
I
YouTube?
don't know. It's YouTube.
You know what it is? Some little fucking puta on YouTube is making fucking seafood boil like mukbang horseshit videos, and they saw it and they're like, "Mr. Beast had a fucking seafood boil.
Yeah.
Now we need a seafood boil."
Fuck Mr. Beast too.
Even though he
bro,
makes
that
money
shit.
selling fucking Lunchable fucking knockoffs.
Nah, I can't with that. It just creates such an irrational like world that these kids live in when they watch YouTube, and it's like my kids asked me the other day, they're like, "Hey, can we have a yes day?" No,
Yo, what?
no, you can't. What does that even mean?
Yeah, you have
yes
a no day, dude.
You can have a how about no day? No, we can't have a yes. You're gonna maybe have a 1 yes day, but the rest of them is definite no's. No.
So what is it? Anything they ask you, you have to say yes.
If you're an idiot. Yes.
But that's what a yes
That's
day-
the premise of a yes day. We'll go to Target and they'll be like, wow, I'll get 47 gifts for myself now. And then
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. And then fucking we're going here, we're going there, we're going there. New shoes. What the-
Because yes day isn't,
You know,
Daddy,
it's
can
old
we go
enough.
down to the soup kitchen
She
and
would
serve
never.
food to the
She's
homeless?
a teenager, yeah?
Yeah, she
Can
would.
we donate all of our toys to the children's orphanage? No, a yes day is, can we go buy every Barbie in the Target toy aisle?
Craziness.
Can we
Who
have a
came up with
seafood
this?
boil?
It's YouTube.
His kids.
No, stop it. No, my kids are not coming up with that. They don't get the yes days, but they will ask. Maybe dad's on an off day. and
Kids
they'll
on
get it.
YouTube made it up.
Yeah, craziness.
And their
No,
parents recorded it and monetized
The
it,
other
which is
thing-
what you should do.
No, the other thing is it's not kids. It's like they advertise to kids, but they're like 25-year-old adults that are like dressing up and acting and playing like kids. Like, oh, we're
What
gonna
is
buy
this? How about
You'll
the
see.
kids watching other people play video games?
crazy or play with toys.
I was like, oh, what game you're playing? And they're like, the father that was in my chair was like, "Oh, he's not playing. He's watching. A grown-up play a video game."
I mean, they're
was
fucking
just
sick, dude.
I remember like GTA, yeah. But how about like GTA 3? Like you get killed and then you pass the controller over. Like I don't.
That doesn't trip me out as much because I remember being a kid and you go over to your friend's house and he's like killing it on Mario and everybody's just rooting him on. So a part of me is like, I guess I get it. It's just so like we never did that. I never want to be the old guy that's like fucking kids and you fucking watching video. I never want to be that old guy. So I'm like, yeah, I guess I get it. The yes day, I'm like, fuck you. There are things I'll be like, fuck you. But then watching video games, I'm like, eh.
Nah, that's crazy.
I hang out at my friend's house watching him when I was a kid, dude. He's like, yeah, he's good at Donkey Kong. You don't understand. He plays Donkey Kong. Like, fucking.
No, not for me, bud. Not for me.
Their argument is always like, Dad watches football on the fucking couch. And it's like, dude, that's just an excuse to overeat bad food. Because most of the time, you're not even watching it, dude.
I don't know.
How many football games you get to the end of and you're like, I didn't even remember?
I don't watch football anymore ever since Brady.
What's your sport? Oh, okay.
Brady's gone. What's the point of watching it?
I mean, I don't know. I like it. What about, what do you watch, baseball?
Oh, I watch basketball more than anything now.
You watch basketball? Okay. Playoffs coming up. Who do you got?
Celtics all day.
Well, who else do you got?
OKC, even though I don't really like them.
Yeah, I think they're inflated.
The Thunder, no, they're nasty. You know what? I cut this dude's hair that used to coach at one of the colleges in Massachusetts. I can't remember what the hell the name of it was, but he coached with a lot of the dudes that coach OKC now. And he was telling me that the program that he coached with in college and the guys that went to OKC, it's like the same thing. That's why they drafted all these young kids and they built them up from the ground up, and they're actually pretty good. That kid SGA or whatever his name is, Sean Gilchrist Alexander, he's dirty.
I have no idea.
You don't know? Where are we going next? What's the segue?
We can always cut it.
We could.
Just clip to the next topic, dude.
Well, we already covered the Indians. That's the only thing I was coming in with.
The Native Americans?
No.
Oh.
Other one.
Sorry.
How
God
about
bless.
pet peeve on like clients bothering you with the dumbest shit ever?
All right. We could do that.
What do you got?
Pet peeves of clients, what they do.
How about, do you guys use booking apps?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like,
yeah.
this
Here
is
we
a good
go.
one.
You have a client that like thinks that their life is busier than everyone else's life, and they decide to make multiple appointments.
Oh,
in
that's
1 week.
wild.
And then block off your time, and then they're like, "Oh, I didn't think I was going to make my Friday, so I made a Saturday and like a next Tuesday, Wednesday."
Yeah, that's
I just charge them all.
wacky.
Yeah.
That's wacky. You got
Charge
to
'em
train
all.
the clients though to do that. But there are always clients that do that, and it's not with like I've seen people come in to my shop with the guys and do that, and I'm like, wait, you booked 3 appointments for today, and then disregard the fact that like if they have 10 availabilities today and you book 3 of them, you just fucked them on a good portion of their haircuts with no regard for it at all. That's wacky.
Charge them, dude.
That's wacky.
Just fucking blow up their fucking debit card.
Yeah, that is wild. The other thing that I think gets me going a lot is the if you still have a landline in your shop and people call for a walk-in appointment, that is absolutely
That's
That
the
happens
best.
all the time.
that's madness. It makes no sense to me at all because it's like pick one. If you get oddly specific too, like you said, like I want a 3. Is there any way that I could walk in around 3:30 today and get a haircut? Like you totally could if they have a 3:30 available, yeah. Or you could try to walk in and maybe we'll get you at 3:45.
I'm just like, you're not allowed.
Now, but we used to suffer through it.
The call-ins.
Yeah, because we didn't have a booking app 10 years ago. It was just,
yeah,
it was
no,
just
it was
people walking
walk-ins.
in, and it's like, yeah, just come in, and that's when we'd get 2-3 hour lines, people
Yeah,
waiting.
That's
and
how we were like brought up.
that's when my anxiety started.
Oh, big time.
That's when it started?
Probably it's about 10-15 years ago. So yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was more like Big Lair, not fucking stocking up the bathroom with toilet paper when you were a kid.
Big Lad, my bathroom was in my kitchen, so that was the worst experience ever. Because I'd be like taking his shit, and he'd be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Obviously, I'm shitting or showering." "Well, what do you want to eat for supper?" And I'm like, "I'm taking a shit or showering." "Well, what the fuck do you want me to make you?" And I'm like, "Can we talk about this when I get out of the fucking shower?"
He's like, Dad, there's no toilet paper in the bathroom.
"I got plenty
Lair,
of
there's a
McDonald's
fucking
napkins."
stack of Burger King napkins in there.
Don't lie, lad.
A paper towel roll comes flying in from the kitchen.
Mental case.
Don't flush them down the toilet.
Maybe-
Throw them out in the bag.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. That is kind of when my anxiety started.
Makes sense.
My anxiety started when so Larry walked in the shop one time and he's like, yeah, this mirror, I'm thinking about moving it 6 inches to the right. And I turned around to pick up my phone and I turned back around and the fucking hole in the wall, the whole mirror's down. There's chalk lines getting drawn.
What are you talking about?
You just fucking do construction on a whim.
Every
dude.
time I do anything in the shop, you break my balls. He always has to fucking pull up the phone.
Because him
Sync it to
and
the
Big
Bluetooth.
Lad, dude, they go back
Sync it
and
to
forth.
The Bluetooth, and he has to play the Home Depot that.
Yeah. Because they're doing it on a brick wall, and they're like, "Is it level?" I'm like, "The grout line it's level," and they're not leveling it off to the grout line, and they fight, dude, because they just because they're the same person, really.
Yeah.
So when they got hang a mirror, it's the worst fucking no tools.
Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about, lad. Yeah. I guess you're right.
Big Lair called me last fucking Saturday on the way home, and I was like, "Oh, geez, what the fuck does he want to fucking break my balls about?" And I kind of felt bad. I pick up the phone. He's like, "Hey, He calls everybody Wally for some reason. He's like, "Hey, Wally, I just want to let you know." And I was thinking he's going to be like, "Yeah, somebody flushed a fucking tampon down the toilet. I think it was you." And I'm like, "No, just toilet paper, Big Lair. Just toilet paper and cotton swabs down there." And he's like, "Hey, I just want to let you know I appreciate you coming in, solid. You're a solid guy. You and Will really keeping it right." And I knew it was kind of like a backhanded insult at everybody else that works at the shop.
Not true.
Including
Not true.
Larry.
He loves you.
So.
He loves
But I
you.
was like, "Oh, that's sweet."
He says he loves you.
I wish we
to
could
you.
tell all the Big Lair
He's
stories.
never told me he loves me, but he tells you he loves you. That's great.
That's really
Yeah,
sweet. But this guy has years of experience in our industry too, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
80 since 83. So what's that? 40 some odd years, I guess. Yeah.
And that was back when he was a unisex, dude.
Lots of cocaine.
I don't know. No
Oh, yeah.
problem.
All the cocaine. 84
Yeah.
smells like cocaine.
Building his own shop.
Long hair, cocaine.
Didn't have any 2x4s. Just a couple of hockey sticks in
go
the wall,
together.
holding those drywalls up,
There
dude.
literally
Oh,
was
yeah.
hockey. There were hockey sticks and baseball bats in the wall as framing. When I remodeled or whatever the bathroom was. The bathroom was the size of just your chair. It was it. You could barely step in there. And it was elevated. So you had to step up into my bathroom.
He had a jail toilet where the sink was on the tank.
Oh, wild. And when I took the walls down, there was literally hockey sticks and a baseball bat. And I honest to God think it was a part of a rake, the handle of a rake, to help frame the wall out, like Mickey Mouse to the fullest.
How much cocaine and straws did you find in this bathroom?
Dude, I don't know about that
You're
stuff.
joking, but
All I know is I used to cut the Dunkin' Donuts straws. You ever go to Dunkin' Donuts and get the straws? It's ridiculous. Who wants a big straw like that? First of all, that straw is unnecessarily large. So I would cut them, right? Because I'm a psycho. I don't want this huge straw in a medium cup. And I'd cut them. And one time, I guess my little end fell on the floor underneath my station. My dad came to work and he's like, "The fuck are you doing when I'm not here?" I'm not doing anything. What do you mean? He's like, I know what you're doing. I found the straw.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what is this guy even talking about? The straw. And then I had to put two and two together. I'm like, you think I'm doing coke? I don't do drugs.
when I do coke, it's in $100 bills.
Oh,
man.
sorry, bud. Yeah.
No fucking Dunkin' Donut straws.
But yeah, probably. All those salons and stuff that came up back in the days, in the 70s and 80s, were all ripping and roaring.
Yeah.
Just huffing perm fluid.
Dude, I don't know how he did the perms. My dad used to do perms from the 80s all the way till when I started. So 80s to 2012 when I opened up, when I came into my dad's shop and made it 968. He was doing perms fucking 10 times a day.
He still does them sometimes.
I'm not there that much anymore, so I don't know.
He did one on a college kid. He was like, "Do you guys do perms?" I was like,
He got amped
"Well,
up.
no, not really, but one of the guys in here does it on 80-year-old women."
You know it's not a good idea, but you just want it for the wreck.
Yeah. So the kid came in and he literally got his bangs permed.
Nice.
And I was like, dude,
That's cool.
first of all, I don't know, I don't give it, I'll learn, nice scissor techniques, try to learn to be a better barber. I'm never doing perms, dude.
I couldn't.
My girl's a stylist. She does women's hair. She's like, we refuse to do perms. Go to the old ladies.
Nobody's doing perms.
Nobody does perms.
Your wife's a stylist too, yeah?
Yeah. No perms.
No perms, right?
No one does them. How long do you think it's going to take before that's not a part of the barber?
Kids do perms
license.
now.
I mean,
Kids with a spaghetti head do perms.
I don't think this style
That's
is
done,
going
dude.
out.
It's not.
It started during COVID, right before. I actually enjoy doing them because that's like my kind of style.
Spaghetti head?
Well, I got
It's
a
a
product.
reverse undercut.
Yeah, I like products. I like styling here. I like tapers. I mean, it's cool. But
Did you like the blowout?
yeah, we grew up with the blowout.
You didn't? I mean, I just wasn't, I could never do it. I did it once. I had a blowout for 3 hours or 4 hours and I went home and buzzed my head.
Yeah. See, that's what's happening. These kids are now getting like 8. They'll literally ask for an 8 all over. And I'm like, what is that? Like,
I don't even have an 8. That's for shearing fucking sheep, dude. An 8?
A kid on my live yesterday, I went live at the shop in Billerica and he was like, they fucked me up with an 8 all over. I don't know who he was. It was probably one of the kids that's following us now from the videos all the time. But I was like, well, I don't even do an 8. But if you do a blowout or the spaghetti head thing that the kids are getting now, you do. You do like an, I don't know how to do it. But I'm thinking you do an 8 on the bottom and the neck and then just taper it.
Number 8?
Oh, you got to do some kind of long
I don't even
buzz.
know if there's an 8 guard in this shop.
It's got to be 2 inches long. My money.
That's great.
No, just
Caruso, get the vacuum.
just landscaping equipment.
This is the
but no
largest
clip.
clip I
That's a
have
5.
is a number 4.
That's a 4.
I don't have anything over a number 4.
Well, it does come with.
I have a 5 and 6 in like the back of my stuff.
Yep.
Because like 2 or 3
Never
people
use
are
it.
like, can I get a 6? It doesn't look good.
So wait,
This isn't even mine.
you know,
I
I've
don't
never
where
even
this came
asked. I've never asked anybody how to do them because I just like I don't. It's not my favorite kind of thing to do. I love to do long hair, but I'd rather do it with scissors the whole time. So if somebody comes in and gets a haircut, what are you doing? How
For
do you
what? What kind of cuts?
Spaghetti head. How do you style?
What do you
it?
mean by that, spaghetti?
You know what spaghetti head is?
Broccoli.
Yes.
The broccoli shit on top?
from. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an undercut. It's just one forward. That's all it is to me. It's an undercut.
Okay, but what are you doing it on the sides here and on the neckline?
Oh, whatever they want.
I understand that, but like,
But it's changing. It's definitely evolved.
It's an
It used to be
evolving-
low taper. Can I get a
Yeah.
burst fade? I want a little bit like this. I want a little bit off the top, not too much off the back. I don't want it too long. I still want the bangs, but can you do like a 1/4 inch off the bangs? And I'm just like, I look at them
That's why I don't
and
cut
I'm
kids.
just really confused because
I
I know what he wants, but I'm like, when I first started cutting women's like ladies' hair, when I went through cosmetology, I learned what my aunt.
wait, you
and-
went to Cosmo?
Yeah, I went to Cosmo, and then I also like worked with my aunt, who was a stylist in Southie for years,
I didn't know that.
her whole life. And she goes, rule of thumb: if a female wants an inch off, take a 1/4 inch off. Never take a full inch, and like you'll be good. So I treat these kids like women. When I used to learn how to cut women's hair, and I'll cut the top
Damn.
first, and be especially because they don't want it too short, and I'll be like, "See, buddy, I'm just taking a little trim," and like 1/4 inch falls.
Larry,
And they're like they go like this,
Yeah.
and they're like, it's good.
Larry had a
I'm
client
like,
one time.
yeah.
He's like, I want a 1 on the sides. He's like, okay, fine. And he does his whole sides. And he's like, how's that look? He's like, perfect. And he's like, well, that was a 4.
always. See, I guess that's got to be the issue with me with doing them because I'm like, I don't know if I'm turning into an old man or not, but sometimes.
Yup.
All right. I guess I know.
Yup.
I just can't be bothered. But most of the time, it is because of the way that they describe what they want, where it's like so convoluted and confusing. Where it's like I want a low bald taper fade. A low bald taper fade is so many
3
different
here.
things.
I just tell them, show me a photo.
That's what you
Show
gotta
me a
do.
photo of what you want. What's the worst haircut?
Low bald taper fade spaghetti head.
I think the worst haircut is any grown man with a burst fade and a mohawk in the back.
I just
Yeah.
I think that's so fucking corny.
No, I had a kid come in
I,
like
I
a,
won't do
Yeah,
it.
me too.
it was like a 16-year-old or 18-year-old kid with his little brother.
Losers.
He was like 12 or something. And he's like, can I have an Edgar?
No.
And I just looked up. I was like,
I'm down for that.
no, I'm not doing an Edgar on you. Just
No?
refuse. Dude, because you do that like stupid like bangs lineup in the front.
It's a
Because
blow.
they're like, I don't know. And then I'm like, dude, if you sneeze one fucking gust of wind, this lineup is fucking toast. I'm not spending time doing your lineup. You can go like this and it's going to be fucking different places.
Fire me,
that-
bro.
Fire me,
Done it-
dude.
You done an Edgar? I've never done one.
It sucks,
I
dude.
have a good friend of mine, JJ Dallas, down in Texas, and he is a beast with the Edgar.
I
How long
hate it
does he
so
take on
much.
haircuts?
I don't know, but he's really good.
Hate
Cuts like
him.
the FC Dallas soccer players, and it's good.
You know what I'm starting to realize
It's
more
nice
and
with
more
it.
is that I think with the I grew up in my dad's a cosmetologist like first. He doesn't not a barber, right? So I learned how to use scissors first. And I think what I'm learning more, especially just talking to you guys, is that like I have to do the opposite of what I'm thinking and just go to classes and like watch somebody do these things. Because I think I would enjoy doing it more if I was like actually like, all right, like this is what I gotta do. Instead of just like doing what I think is best for these haircuts now.
I think
know?
that's
I should.
knowledge is power.
Dude, I like learning the long cuts because it's like anytime I feel like uncomfortable about a cut someone asks for, I'm like, I gotta fucking hop on that and tackle that and get so comfortable with it that it
Yeah.
becomes like a specialty, dude.
Sure.
Because I hate that feeling of being like I'm in the fucking weeds with this haircut. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Yeah.
So with the long haircuts, it's like because we're our shop's at Tufts, right in between Tufts and Davis Square. So it's like all these college kids come in, they have long ass hair. They're like lacrosse guys, hockey guys, baseball, whatever. They sometimes get mullets, whatever. But it's long as shit. And then they graduate and they gotta get a job and they're like, I guess I gotta cut it all off.
Wild.
And I'm like, I can keep the fucking tapered really low. I'll give them like a 4 really low and then like clipper over comb it into like the point where I can kind of get some diagonal sections and like leave all that length on top and blow dry it back. And they're like, this is like, it's kind of like a Christian Bale, but without the little like flippy bits.
Without the duck butt in the back.
Yeah, without any of that. But it's like, dude, it's like being able to do that. It's like those guys will never go anywhere else because like 90% of the places they're going to go to is just going to be a fade shop and they're not going to know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. That's why people travel.
Those cuts are the ones that like definitely come back.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Because those are like, you cannot. Some place you can get it anywhere, but it's like you got to know that you can get it there because they'll just fuck you up.
Who's all right? So, a great question, and I'll ask Steve. Who is your favorite scissor cutter? Like when you first started getting into it, like who was your favorite? Because I have a few.
Okay, I mean, I could give you a few. I mean, Nick Orojo, because he's like my mentor. He's fucking.
Where's he from?
He's New York. He's a hairstylist, but he's just a beast. He's amazing.
Have you worked like with this dude?
Yeah. I mean, LaMonica's was incredible. I mean, Menspire is kind of a little weird now, but like, who else is good?
I don't know enough about them.
I was like, who's good? I think Alalon. I always look at like hairdressers. Like Alalon Education was dope. I did 3 Education for a little bit. What else did I take? I mean, Jay Mahmood's nasty. Mahmood, he's a beast. Like, I don't know. Like, barbering is cool. Like, in terms of like who's nasty, because like I don't like trick haircuts that much. Like, I look at stuff that people do on Instagram where it's like a wild. Like, I was looking at like a creative haircut the other day, and I was like, this is so stupid. I was just like, this is just so fucking corny.
It's an art piece, dude. It's a fucking art
It's like
piece.
fucking bullshit. It's like an egotistical bullshit to me. Like, oh, cool, you put a weird line here, and then this person's never going to be able to do anything with this haircut. And it looks cool for 5 minutes, and now all these like little barber kids think they're supposed to be doing that. And they should be doing like what you were just talking about. You know, like,
Dude,
you can do whatever makes you happy.
The long
But I never-
haircuts, I can do those long haircuts just winging it, right? For a while, I started doing them, I was just kind of winging it. The sectioning is just a way to like manage the time better. And if it's really long, to really get that final shape where like you see those guys really swoop the hair in where you get that kind of diagonal kind of gradient all uniform to the back. But like for the most part, it's like I can just clipper over comb the entire thing.
Yep.
And I'll kind of just get it right.
Yeah, but you're sectioning though, because if you're holding that comb at a deliberate angle because you want a deliberate effect, you're doing the same thing that somebody else is doing with their scissors.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause
Exactly. You
understand-
can, whether it's your scissors or a section with your fingers or clipper over
You can
comb.
either learn how to do a haircut. You could learn how to do a pompadour or a flat top, or you could learn sectioning and then you can do whatever.
Especially if you taper the bot. Because a lot of those like mid-length, like old money kind of like Christian Bale cuts, like I'll just taper the neck because they'd be like even cleaner in the back.
Yeah, they
hold
want-
down like
they always
very, very low taper, not like a kind of like the tough one where it scoops and you have a line. Very, very gradient. And then by the time you get to the long enough hair, just clipper over comb up and it's like the whole sectioning barely. You know what this is what I hate. When they do the section godding and they do all the fucking diagonal sections and then they just, the whole half the haircut below a certain level just gets tapered out anyway. I'm just like, it's a fucking waste of time for the video.
Nah, I mean, it depends because I cut like that a lot. Oh, Peter Gosselin too.
It is good.
Peter's good. Who do you like?
My favorite, it's probably two. Actually, I got three favorite hair cutters. My favorite would be Philip Wolf.
Yeah, he's good.
I love him.
Yep.
I'm not just as like a hair cutter, just probably in our industry, the most humble individual that I've ever met that actually makes eye contact with you and is like, responds on Instagram, like one of the best hair cutters I've ever seen. And I don't want to be biased, but Tyler Carlson.
He's nasty.
Straight up.
Yeah, he's good.
You know what? You've been
Tyler's-
saying that for a minute.
He's very good.
He is not just to watch him grow with Uplift and like start from like a small town like Wilmington, to like see him on like a big stage or running a classroom at like Premiere. He's just like, he has mastered his craft, you know? And he's like somebody just like you, Steve, that will like go and pay. Like he's flying to San Francisco. He just got back from London for his second visit to Menspire. Like he will be and wants to be the best at what he does. And like, I respect it. And then third would have to be Jay Fada, who works with Kevin Murphy for years. And he was like a mentor to me. And I loved it. He was, for as cool as he was, like rock star mentality, he was super humble because he's like, at the end of the day, I'm just a hair cutter. That's all I do is cut hair. And I was like, damn.
Yeah, I think like one thing, and I feel like this is kind of died down, was like the rock star education mentality from like a few years ago. Like you're just teaching other people how to do what you do. Like it doesn't, like it used to be for, I feel like for a little while it was, especially with the barbers, like I'm a barber with education available. It's like, oh, look at me up on the pedestal that I put myself on that no one else put me there. And it's like, whatever, bro. Like you're teaching someone who's newer than you how to do a fade.
Yeah.
Like I'm teaching hairdressers how to use their clippers. I'm teaching barbers how to use their scissors. It's not that serious.
No.
And then like I've been doing it for a while. So
It's really not, dude. I was at one of his classes. It's a fucking nice, it's a relaxed environment.
It's chill.
I think I was at one of Steve's classes. He gets to the end of the haircut. He's like, yeah, this is really like a different cut than I started out doing. But
I did say that.
you go to a class where you get to the end of the class and the teacher just kind of goes,
Hey, what do I
and then
know?
in
What do
between
I know?
every lesson that he's given, in between, he's like, first of all, you want to section the hair like this. And then in between, he's like, this business, and then you want to comb it this way. The sectioning's not necessary. And, you know, but it's kind of,
There you go.
I know, you know. That, you know
enjoy
what?
it.
You're right.
I enjoyed that class.
Yeah,
It
that was funnier than what I said. You're right.
And I also too for me, because I mean, I'm at like, and Jonathan will tell you, like 50 educations a year. Like I just did one Monday at Salon Forza in Andover. I got 4 next week.
Why not
We
60?
stay busy, but we keep it moving. And I tell the salons that pay me, especially through the distros, I'm like, I'm just giving the same advice as a business owner because they're not hearing it from you because you're their boss. You know what I mean? Like that's all it really comes down to. And to Steve's point, like I don't ever portray myself as being the best at all, but I like to learn and I like to see what people are using and help them master what they're already using before I start jamming all this stuff down their throat.
Dude, the class thing, it's like, I have like, YouTube's crazy for education. Because you can just get like the angles you can get on camera. Like there's kind of no better way to learn like things like fades. The only thing they miss, I think, on a lot of YouTube, like bald fade videos, these kinds of videos, is like they'll get the perfect model with the perfect skin, the perfect hair density. And then there's like no opportunity to be like, this guy's head has like fuck ups in it. And this is how you fix it. This guy's a dent here and it's a little more thick here. They kind of always have like the best looking head on the, because we have cuts that come in the shop where it's like, oh, we'll do a cut. It looks amazing. And I'll go over and I'll just be like, dude, you barely even did anything. This guy's head is perfect. Break his balls. But like some people's heads fucking blows the fade up, dude. Look, when you get a guy like some like really fair skin, really dark colored hair where it's a very drastic contrast in color, and it's also perfect, like their hair and skin, and it just looks amazing. It's like, oh, good. I'm going to do a video. You come in. It's never the guy that's got like fucked up skin,
I agree.
which you should have a video
Yeah,
on.
you want aesthetically pleasing, especially when you're looking at that. But to go back to fading, and I'm glad that we talked about this because I feel like you go to all these educations lately and they're like, everybody knows how to give a fade. Everybody knows how to give a fade.
Yeah.
And it's like clippers have changed so much over the years where it's like, I grew up with the Andy's Master. First of all,
Was that your first clip?
that was my first clipper ever. I could still feel the heat. I got it tattooed on me. That machine
True.
was a tricky machine to learn. And I had a lot of kids that like
fix.
surpassed me in fading because they were using a senior. And I'm like, I'm going to master this master. You know what I mean? And really understand the notches and the clicking sound. And that was what we grew up with. Till now you go out and these kids are like you said, watching on YouTube and buying these clippers, and like you're like, damn, this kid's really good. Those clippers are like doing the work for you compared, and you're not chained to the floor.
Yo, that master, that sound that the master made when we were cutting here in the early 2000s, the sound was clutch. That was the best sound.
No, Big Phil. I learned a lot of fading from Phil that we worked with.
Is that the one that like
Is
snaps?
that right, Phil?
Yeah. Dude, seriously.
We gotta have Phil on the pod, dude. Isn't that the one that when you turn it on, it like pops really loud?
Yeah.
And then it's just like a nice low hum, like a fucking Van de Graaff generator just going on in the back, dude.
There is, I'll be honest with you, this generation will never experience that. I don't even know where you can find. You have to go to like a lava scena's basement.
Experience
and like
what? I'm sorry.
try to experience
The sound.
a corded clip.
The sound and feel.
But a master doing 20
Had to.
haircuts a day, 20 fades a day with an Andy's master that, and then like, all right, we'll
Talk
see.
to me then.
I heard the newest version of the Master, the cordless one's dope.
I loved the
I haven't
master
tried it
when they made it wireless. I had the silver one that came out and then the black one, and they were both awesome, dude. I loved them. The black label master wireless was fire.
I got an invention I'm coming up with. It's basically like on the back of the wireless clipper, it's kind of like a little rope, like 8 inches long, with a little weight at the end of it to kind of compensate for the missing weight of having it plugged in. So all the old head barbers, they can kind of have that weight kind of like tugging on the back of their clipper, and they can get back to basics, you know?
Or they just like zip tie it to their.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, and they can't leave.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, and I think with that being said, I'm very grateful because I travel everywhere and I cut hair outside all the time, and like I can just like the new.
How long did we ask for wireless clippers, bro?
I mean, forever. And I think the first one they did was the senior, and there was like recalls like crazy.
Remember,
they blew
you remember
up.
like the nonsense that we'd come up with? Like, oh, well, they make power tools with like the fucking battery up. Why can't they just do that with a clipper? Imagine using a clipper with a big ass battery pack on it.
I know.
Compared to what they actually ended up
and
being.
you're right. And that's the first thing that I say when I start in education is I'll pick up a tool and I'd be like, because of this, you can literally cut hair anywhere. Like not just with like having the G&B Pro to plug G&B, and obviously he's innovative as hell for coming up with that. But like this is freedom for you to always have that. I always have clippers charged in my car at all times. You know, when we travel, like just always be ready because you never know. You know what?
You ever see that guy that goes around India doing cuts in like villages, and he has the old school mechanicals, dude?
Yeah.
You ever seen that guy's videos? Those things seem like they must tug on the hair. Like if you go a little too quick before you pinch.
I got a couple in a box behind us.
You ever use them on a cut?
No, I won't.
This is nice.
Less. To try.
Those things look wild.
This just came out,
Yeah. So that's the Tomb 45.
So isn't the blade on the trimmer?
I will say, if there's a clipper that feels like a master in some sort of way, that's the closest one.
This one?
Yeah, it actually reminds me a lot.
Shape's a little interesting.
It's interesting.
Different.
Wall just did that too. What's the Wall one called? It's like blue.
The Vapor?
Yes.
I have those.
It's kind of heavy.
So this is the most interesting trimmer, and it took me a while to get used to. Don't mind there's some pomade on that. It smells like Uplift. Yeah.
I was gonna say what kind,
But that trimmer is amazing.
yeah, that's strange.
They moved the trimmer to the other side, and there's 2 speeds.
Wow, that's,
I know.
that's really interesting.
2 speeds.
Dude, the built-in wireless is sick. The whole wireless like charging thing, it's like
And this hits.
Thing is like
they're not like reinventing the wheel with that. Like wireless charging tech exists. They're obviously working with manufacturers. I'm saying even back when they just made the dongles.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they did go with that C-type, right?
Shape's
so you
a
can
little
charge
funny, though.
those.
Yeah.
Does that work on the Tomb 45 charging station?
So I'm not 100%, but it comes with its own mat, and it's look at this, like it's just sitting on my station.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we use.
And it just charges
that's cool.
itself. Like I don't need to plug it into anything. And my clippers are always dead because I'm on the phone.
I was playing with it earlier. I don't know if I like the stand. I mean,
The shape's a little weird. It would take me a little bit to get used to.
You'd be
This is
shocked.
cool.
I get why they do it, but I've like totally abandoned stamping my lines in just because it's like I've just gotten sick of like getting it out.
Stamping, I only do stamping now if I have like extra time. Like if I want to really,
I don't even know what that means.
you know, when you stamping
Like
your
stamping
line,
your bald line in
leave the
straight
ball in the
in.
middle,
kinda like-
leave underneath, and then leave the top and fade, and then get rid of the bottom after.
What they say is the harder the line you put in, the harder it is to take
Get
out.
out.
So I usually go up into a line. You're actually not even supposed to use a trimmer, but F that.
Dude, I put the bald line in with the closed guardless clipper. Okay. And then everything below it, I got like a looser trimmer, a tighter trimmer, and then a balder. So it's like its own like section below it.
Seems like a lot of work.
It's not that bad.
I use 2 clippers.
Yeah.
I can't use any. I'm very minimalist. I'm a clipper over cone. I enjoy
Do you like
that.
JRLs?
I've never even held a JRL clipper.
I like
I
it.
have 2
Shout out
sets.
to Babeless. Love you guys. Thank you for all the free stuff. It's great.
Yeah.
The JRLs are cool, but they ripped off the old bevel design.
Bevel was dope. I
Is
liked
that
Bevel because
Nas?
Nas
Yeah.
wanted
Yeah,
to use it. And I'm
and
like,
the JRL is the bevel. It's
it
the
really
Nas.
is.
It
The
is.
shape.
I never
Yeah.
thought of
It's
Like
that.
the
a
whole
cone.
design is the bevel, but they're all made by Panasonic anyway, so it doesn't matter. So in bevels,
Bevel never took off though. That's
No.
too bad.
I think it was before its time.
Yeah,
And it was like $300 for a trimmer.
the
or something
the
ridiculous.
guts on the inside were different than the JRLs because somebody had it and they said that it wasn't that good, it wasn't that powerful.
I feel like they marketed to like a general consumer and not
Mhm.
barbers as well,
I mean,
which was
that's where
very
the money
strange.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the money
Guys
is.
buying them at Target.
they had a weird thing because Bevel had like the safety razors, and then all of a sudden they were like, "We have a clipper," and it was like, "Oh, all right."
Who do you think
Nas owns it.
makes more money, Babelous as a company or Manscaped?
Bro, I
Manscaped.
want Manscaped. Not for
Well,
nothing.
although Babeless is Con Air.
In every, yeah, but like that subsidiary. Or how about this? Even just Babelous barber products. Not even like their like women's kind of stylist product, like just barberology products,
So
whatever
I
that
think
sub brand
just-
is.
And I can talk to this obviously because I'm in the manufacturing aspect, but you're not going to see a ton of Babeless on Amazon. How many people shop on Amazon? You have to understand they're in the business of volume. So they're buying it at a distro level. There's distro 1, distro 2, wholesale, and then the end consumer. So you have these guys going around in these vans, they're probably getting it at, 50% off. And then they're now selling it to double at that margin, but they're in control of being like, oh, I'll knock 20 off. I'll knock 30 off. When you're selling it directly to the consumer, you're not really discounting. You might get 15% off, 5% or free shipping, but probably costs, honestly, if I had to guess, maybe all said and done, box finish, $20 to make a pair of clippers, to be realistic with the volume.
Yeah.
Making, almost $200, probably 180 profit, 140, but,
And then now the tariffs are kicking in. Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of Chinese clippers are going to get banged at the border.
I'm mad confused. Not confused, but I'm curious about that.
Buy clippers now.
The dude
We
that
got
wears
90
the-
days. They just kicked it back. They kicked the can 90 days. Buy it now.
The dude that wears the mask, overseas guy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Pissed off barber.
Yeah, I see
We
like.
don't say his name.
Yeah, right.
We don't know his name.
The Voldemort of barbering.
Brave guy. You're the Shiesty. What's your name? Why are you so pissed? You're making money. Relax.
Why are you so?
You're doing great.
Yeah.
I'm pissed. I'm trying to get a house. You're pissed. You got the fucking clippers,
Tell
the
him.
trimmers. You people buying his shiesties. They're buying the pissed off barber fucking shiesties.
Costume. The costume.
Why? And then he gets to just walk around. Nobody knows who he is. Fucking,
He's like Daft Punk.
he's probably going to CT Barber Expo to scope it out.
Oh, dude, I will say, listen, and I'm coming from a businessman. His marketing is hilarious.
Yep.
It's great.
The commercial I watched that was sponsored ad, I shit you not, I was like, dude, dying.
This is what I want to know.
Dude, no. The one that I watched, I don't know if it was like censored.
Okay.
I was like,
Now we're getting into
what?
this.
How did he get away with this? This is
This
hilarious.
is
Funny.
This is what I want to know. Does Jay dislike him?
I don't know. Let's text.
Or is this a whole
Let's
scam,
text
dude?
him.
Because I really think this is a Mayweather-McGregor thing, dude, where they both know this is some bullshit to sell shit. And they're like, because I saw a video where Jay posted a WCW
Sting.
clip. Yeah, but instead it's fucking the TPOB in the Raptors. And I'm like, dude,
So,
he knows this is
One thing about Jay, and like, dude, listen, people can say whatever they want. My relationship with Jay, we are tight. Like, that's my guy. We've always been good. Like, he's been taking care of me since I was
Dude.
like just starting out. Long story short, something about Jay, he's the best promoter. One of the best promoters I've ever met. and he loves this.
Like,
Why wouldn't he love this?
I know it.
It's like Conor McGregor. Like, he's eating it up. This guy's getting larger.
free
Like,
press.
Jay's getting more. Any good press is good press.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, it keeps barbering relevant.
Who do you think
have-
would win?
That's because
in a fight,
Portuguese
though? A
just
real
understand, bro.
My money's on Jay.
Portuguese
Jay,
understand.
Prison.
bro.
You're too
This
scrawny.
guy's
TPLV.
never been
He
in
understands.
prison. You know, Jay has. So, I mean, I don't know.
Right. My money's on Jay all day.
Yeah. Jake.
In terms of what?
I don't know.
They going to duke it
But
out?
is the dude with the shiesty even really the guy running the company? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
That's a good
I mean,
point.
Do you guys remember before he had Clippers when he was just drawing pictures?
Yeah,
of
the
other
comics.
barbers
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
Those were actually really cool.
attacking?
Dude,
Yeah.
they were funny as shit. When he started coming out with like Clippers and had his like mask like videos, I was like, is that guy?
Right.
Because it kind of was a jump from like one to the other, but seamless, honestly.
I feel like he talks about the business so well that that's probably him. It's probably actually him. But.
Almost looked at a kite. I thought it was dead. Like, get him out.
Hold on. That's not M Dot.
That's Ubi
That's-
Red or whatever.
All
it
right,
is.
keep going. I'll find it.
All right.
No, we'll wait.
Those cartoons though were clutch. I loved those cartoons.
So wait, not to change the subject while he's looking for this. You two have always been barbers, yeah?
I've never done anything else. I worked in like a restaurant.
What did you do? Did you do shit before?
Yeah, I went to college.
What did you do in
Show.
school?
I had a couple.
I'm kidding.
I had a couple jobs. I worked in the music industry for a little. Then I had office jobs.
What does
Doing
that
what?
mean? Wait. Back up the trolley. Let him. What do you mean you worked in the music industry?
Worked in the music industry. I helped launch Amalgam Digital.
Did you really?
Yeah.
You worked with
Next.
You worked with NEXT?
Next. Yeah.
Well, I don't know him personally. Like
I know Next really
I loosely
Yeah, I
know.
signed-
We didn't call him an
I helped sign Joe
NEXT.
Budden, I helped sign Max B.
No kidding.
Yeah, I did all that. Yeah, I
Bro, that we were in LA. I used to make music too. We were in LA and we just happened to bump into him on Santa Monica out of nowhere.
Yeah,
you
he's
can't
wild.
miss him,
He's wild.
you know? And
How
it-
long ago was this?
maybe 5 or 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
and he
moved
helped
out
put
there.
us on like a long time ago. He helped put us
Yeah.
on when it was like NewEnglandHipHop.com and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like underground hip hop.
Yes, and he put us on.
Bro,
I didn't know that.
I hosted the underground hip hop fucking servers out of my dorm room at Northeastern.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, M. Dot is the get a pussy Tom Red. That's him. That's the guy that woke up Jamaican. Fucking out of here. Boom, boom, boom. I love this dude.
6 boomer ass clad, pussy clad, blood clad egg.
Steven, we can't support you no more.
What kind of fuckery is this, Steven?
Let me see the breakfast, Steven.
And you got 3 blood clad eggo.
How many pussy rascal bomb
I
clad
was
pussy
dying
clad
off
egg?
that one.
7, 6.
And you call that breakfast?
We can support our whole family, Steven.
You know what you can do upon 6 egg? You can make a whole dinner.
That's my favorite clip right now.
That's
my
the
favorite
funniest,
clip
dude.
right now.
Every time I see it on Instagram, I favorite it because people just be deleting their Instagrams
6.
and it goes away. That video is insane, and I tried to find that lady like online to see if her kid like uploaded something else from her. I can't find anything else from
If
her.
that's
If you can
not-
fucking find it,
There's
send
got to
it.
be more.
That lady's
That's
hysterical.
not the first time that mom has slipped on her son and he recorded it. I
Dude.
gotta see more.
That they need a channel similar to that like Italian raging dad guy.
Yeah.
Who just like calls his sons jerk offs the whole time.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy has me dead too.
Yeah, he's cool.
They did one earlier where the kid was like, I'm gonna be the foreman on a job. And he just closed up his recliner and had to stand up to like motherfucker his son, dude. Like, foreman. Oh, you don't even know what a fucking, you're a skill
we just
saw from a
found
fucking
that.
jig jag. You don't know what the fuck.
Foreman. Yeah, I seen that guy.
That one's fucking.
That's cool that we live in this generation though, where you could do absolutely nothing and people can know who you are and you can monetize it.
Because like older people will be like, what's a fucking influencer? What do you do? You jerk off all day? You do
Yeah.
nothing? But then that guy comes out and it's like, no, that's an influencer too. He's just like a fucking comedian.
Yeah.
There was a guy I saw, he would make videos like making fun of his daughter. She would do like fucking influencer makeup videos or whatever. And he's like a construction guy, and he would wear like his high vis, and he would copy her video like beat for beat and be like, yeah, today we're doing fucking Maybelline. And he was getting like thousands of views, and
How
she was
tight
getting
the-
nothing.
The daughter's probably heated.
Heated, bro. Heated. And now he's like getting like mad followers. He's got like 1 million followers. And his daughter's a fucking bum, dude. She doesn't have any followers.
She wins anyway. Then he's gonna pay for her to go to. Well, she's probably not gonna go to college. He's gonna pay for a really nice computer so you can make better videos. Though.
Yeah, sure.
Win-win for the kid.
That's good.
He won. I thought he won. So you did music.
Yeah.
What'd you do at Northeastern?
I went in as an art major, and then I burnt out on that, and I switched to sociology and graduated with a degree in sociology and communications.
I'm gonna sound like a real idiot. What's sociology?
Study of people and cultures, basically.
Okay.
Barbers, you could run like a whole master's program on like barber.
I've always said, like, if I could go back in time, I would do like either some kind of psychology, because my degree is fucking stupid.
Psych's really cool.
I love psych. I would thought about at one point I was getting sick of cutting hair, and I was like, maybe I'll go get a master's in psychology. Because like,
What makes you say you got sick of cutting hair? Was it where you were working?
I was just like, you hit a wall once in a while, and you're like, all right, is this it? Like you're like, all right, like what's the next thing?
Yeah.
So then I went and opened up the shop.
And then you start a podcast.
I had a podcast during the pandemic with my boy. We did like 50 episodes.
Saw that.
Did a bunch of shit.
50?
Yeah, we did 50 episodes.
No shit.
Yeah,
Damn.
and then my boy bailed. He was spending 10 hours a week editing the audio. We did audio only, and I was like, so he
Audio
bailed.
only.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
10 hours a week?
Well, he was in Baltimore, so we did it remote. So I was in my house. He was
Okay.
like mic set up and everything. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I would.
I'm doing one of those on Monday.
Did you say yes to that?
Yeah, why not? I'm just gonna be at my house, fucking dumb up my ass. I might as well.
I know.
Somebody fucking DM'd me on Instagram. They were like, "You want to do a podcast? I got a podcast." I was like, "All right, I got his fucking name somewhere on my
He
phone."
sent it to us. He sent us the screen.
Yeah, I sent it to you. I was like, "Do I have a non-compete, guys?"
Don't go alone.
I'm in my house.
This guy can go.
My girl's like, "Where is it?" I'm like, "I'm just gonna do it here." She's like, "He's coming here." I'm like, "I'm doing it on the fucking computer. He's in like fucking Philly. It's just some fucking Zoom shit." And the guys he's got, they're like in their car, like on their phone. I'm like, dude, I got a mic, the fucking condenser, everything, dude. We're gonna be straight. I could work from home.
Like it.
I could cut from home. I'll tell you what to do.
And then what after music in college? Did you do anything before you got hair or no?
No, so I got out of college. I worked for John Hancock for a year because I needed a job. And they moved.
What was he like?
He was so cool, dude. He was a chill guy. I worked in like annuity services, but they let me move to California for a year, so that was cool. Then I came back, but I was always like working, like we had like a studio in my place, like my apartment. We were like making beats. We had a studio, like while I had a job. Then I came back, and then I was working at Amalgam. Then after that ran its course, I used to work for City Sports, and I was working in the office for a few years. And
City Sports was us.
Yeah, I worked at off and on when I was younger. I worked in the downtown crossing when I probably sold you sneakers.
Probably. I love City
Damn.
Sports. Downtown Crossing. Spend I would find change. I would find all sorts of craziness and go down there and waste it all.
I had then when I left Amalgam, and then I was back at City Sports. I was like kind of like low key managing a couple of rappers, and then like Blackistan. I helped him get his deal with Brick.
So were you there when Currency was working with him?
That was right after I left.
Because Currency's my favorite rapper.
That was right after I left, so I never met him, but I was around for a lot of the Max B shit.
Max B's era over there was wild.
If you look at there was one old episode that we filmed in Harlem of the Bigavelli TV, which was way ahead of its time. You can see me walking in the background, but I was trying to stay off camera. But Max was walking in a circle, so they're filming him. So we all kept trying to move so that it would just like not be the guys from the label in the background of the video. So you can see me and and I found it the other day and I was laughing because I dressed the exact same way. I was wearing like fucking camo shorts and a White Sox hat. So a pair of Nikes. Like
this makes a lot more sense now because I have no context of who Steve is prior to deciding we're gonna do this. This makes sense.
Like some jobs and like some rap shit. Put some people's records out and sold some like streetwear at one point. Yeah.
Dope.
Then I started cutting hair. So it's kind of a perfect segue because I'm kind of doing the same thing. Kind of.
This is all just you're just doing kind of barber shit
Kind of doing
before
barber
being
shit.
a barber. Just because
It all ties in.
It all does tie in because you did a lot of music too.
Same, yeah. It all ties in.
Can you guys drop a beat?
Jimmy, I actually make great beats now.
I tried to like remake one of his beats.
404?
No, I don't sample. I don't know how to do any of that. I'm only using Logic in a native complete control, little however many keys it is. I'm just learning. I'm playing. He was cracking on me. I'm so proud. I made like 15, 20 like shit ones, and I'm building one that's like 4 to 8 bars or something like that. Just something simple. And I'm like, I'm sending this to Jimmy. He'll be like, this is good, La. Like, this is good.
What group were you in?
DC Fam.
Okay.
Third degree.
I don't know if you remember.
He passed
30.
away,
Yeah,
right?
30
Yeah, I
passed.
knew who he was, but I didn't know him personally.
Yeah,
Yeah, a
so-
little track called "Beam Me Up, I'm on Fire." You remember that one?
So we
30,000 views on YouTube.
he's laughing because of course he knows it. It's way over 250,000 streams.
Oh,
Was that his Benny? Is that Benny?
Way more. It probably has even more. Yeah. No, but he helped us a lot. NEXT next.
Yeah.
He helped us a lot back then. So I didn't even know that you were affiliated with that kid.
Yeah, I know him. I know him really well.
He's an
He lives
awesome
in-
dude.
He lives in Egypt now.
No way. I see him doing his tours out there all the time. I thought he just like did that on the
Yeah,
side.
well, I don't know where he's living now, but he dipped out of the States.
What a
And-
life.
Yeah.
Egypt.
And he was out there like permanently doing Egyptology tours. Then he'd be in like Chichen Itza, and then he'd be in
Wow.
like the Mayan ruins and like down in Peru.
Epic.
I haven't talked to him, and once in a while we'll just connect on Facebook and talk for a while.
Low
But
key.
him and I were like really good friends.
When I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna do dreads, like, and I knew I was gonna face shit, like knowing that I don't know what you call it.
Next, yeah.
Knowing that he had him, I was like, fuck it, he did it, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
And I shaved him.
Yeah, he's a wild man.
You could do.
He's one of a kind. He's
Larry had too much olive oil coming out of his
I
skin
did.
to keep the dreads. They kept fucking
Too
popping.
Sicilian for those things.
Kept having to get them retwisted, dude. The maintenance was too high. On those.
Wild maintenance for dreads.
Did you play lead shows?
No.
No, you
No, we did. Like, we weren't like a group that we made pop music. Like, we worked with like our producer was like heavily pop influenced, like a big pop producer. We didn't make any like Smokers Club, but we did perform at like, what was the one at the Middle East that Currency did all the time? I think it was called the Smokers Club.
Yeah,
and
tour called
Wiz
the
and all that.
Smokers
Like, we
Club.
did that. We opened up for all those things every weekend. We were in Middle East or some club around New England.
It's funny how some people like who knew Wiz Khalifa was going to be what he is now.
Currency,
Yeah,
MySpace.
yeah, but there's so
Fucking
many
ID
people,
Labs,
like,
dude.
There's so many other people that are dope.
I had an
and, like,
idea.
They don't go like Wiz Khalifa's like a superstar. Like
Yeah, but you know that it's less about who you are and more about like how you do it. I think like they
Was-
had a great idea with MySpace. Him and Currency had a great idea, and they really started making mixtapes cool again. And they had this weird niche cult following that they grew off weed and sneakers and fashion kind of shit and underground. They just packaged themselves really well, and I think maybe Wiz was more he was more interested in going further or being like a commercial guy. In Currency was already with No Limit and all these other places and records in New Orleans and shit. So
Currency's still good.
he's my favorite rapper.
Of all
Everything,
time?
not of all time, but like right now, if I had to listen to somebody, I would listen to Currency. I love like classic stuff, like the Locks and all these dudes, obviously. But like if I had to pick a rapper like out of the hat, that's not somebody that a lot of people would say, it would be Currency, no question.
Who's your favorite new rapper?
I can't say I know off the top, but like that kid, Corday, you know.
Yeah, but he's not even that new at this point.
I
They've
agree,
been
but like
around.
to me, like you gotta,
Newer.
you know, newer. I don't know.
You ever listen to that group Coast Contra?
No.
Dude, so I tried to put him onto this. He was fucking
Did
clowning.
you?
I'll listen to it.
They're kind of like almost like Wu-Tang-ish, dude. But
Oh,
they're young
nah.
guys.
I
Who's
thought
your
you were
favorite?
joking.
Who's your favorite new rapper? Who's
I
rocking?
know.
New, dude, is news
I
rough
know,
because
I
like
know, I know his favorite.
because who
Benny.
I would
He's
say
not
Benny,
new.
but
He's not new
he's not that new though. That's what I'm saying.
He's new.
I guess from the newer generation. The funny thing is Benny's like probably like closer to my age.
He's
Yeah,
40.
he's not
Yeah, he's like
rich.
40.
Donnie's like
But
Donnie is
he
like
really didn't
40.
pop until like relatively recently, last couple of years.
Yeah,
last
I say
five-
new.
That whole
Five,
Griselda
7
thing,
years.
dude, is like they're all sick. Like, I don't know. I mean, I none of these guys are new.
Nah.
I don't know any like
Larry
new
June's
young.
not even new. He's like been around.
Larry June.
He's like my favorite out right
He's
now.
my favorite, like one of my favorites. You see, he fits in that Currency realm.
Yes, 100%.
But like Larry June, I was gonna change my name to Larry June for music, like probably 10 years ago, and then I found Larry June, and I was like, fuck,
Fuck.
can't do it. But he's nasty. Anything that's like related to like the topics that they talk about, him and Currency, I like old cars and just like the vibe. It's just perfect.
I like Larry June because he raps about business and making money and being positive.
Yeah.
Sometimes like I don't want to. I do like to listen to people rap about shooting each other. Like I'm like a big fan. Like I
Like,
listen
I
to
do like
Locks.
that gang shit.
I love gangster shit. Like I love
Oh, yeah.
felony music. Like, and I'm not even like that, but like I will like I like Larry June sometimes where I'm like, all right, I need to have a good day, and I can't be like driving down 93 listening to fucking DMX.
Do you
before I
like
go.
Do you like Stiz?
Who?
Cousin Stiz.
Yeah, he's good. He's
Because
not my favorite.
they're
but,
similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
I feel like.
Stiz like definitely had some songs I liked. I wouldn't say he was my favorite. I like that kid Michael Christmas that was from
Christmas
Boston.
he's a good kid too.
Boston's got some good rappers right now because Top Hooter and those Feed the Family dudes are dope. Blue Hill Bill's dope. And then Davino and Knack are dope. And they're from Lynn, but I feel like Al Davino is like one of the best people out, period.
Mhm.
He's fucking sick.
I'm not like plugged in anymore, bro.
All I do is like cut hair, go run my shops, like go lift, and then like fucking listen to like underground rap music like I'm 19 again.
You listen to Dave East?
No,
He's nasty.
I don't. He's a great rapper. I don't like his music though. I feel the same way about like T Grizzly. I feel like these dudes can rap, but
He's
their
nasty
music
too.
I think
nasty rap. But I don't like the beats and there's something about him. It just doesn't. I like Rock Marciano.
Rock, who do you listen to?
I mean,
now?
I liked all that. The last actual rapper that I was like, all right, it's Joyner. Lucas,
Really?
hands down. And I'm talking before he got mainstream.
He's huge now.
I respect him
He's
because
huge.
where he's from and his background, and then coming up, like he did it right. And he was like, the record labels didn't want to sign him, so he's like, I'm just gonna take everyone's track and just smoke them. And he did. And I just like that, the underdog kind of
he's
mentality.
insane.
But he is nasty.
Yeah.
I mean, who's to say he's
I
not?
was trying to find his name. That dude,
Crime
Crime Apple, that you
Crime
fucking
Apple.
put me on,
I've
dude.
heard him. I've seen him live.
He's sick. Is
I've
he like,
seen,
what's he, Cuban or fucking Puerto
Jedi
Rican?
Mind
He's
Tricks.
Colombian?
Yeah.
Yeah, I seen him with he opened.
he was.
for-
Yeah,
I
he was
at
with
that
Jedi
show.
Mind. Yeah.
Jedi Mind.
Because it's funny because you went to. I was like, oh, dude, I would have gone to that with you. And remember we were
yeah,
talking,
yeah.
and then Crime Apple opened up on that tour.
Yeah,
Where's he
he
from?
was actually sick.
He's from Jersey, but then he raps with Primo Prof, who's from Eastie, and RLX, who's from Lawrence. Like Mass has a lot of good rappers, right?
Mass
now.
has always had a lot of amazing artists.
The thing is, like,
20,
if
30 years.
the industry got back to like that kind of like rap, like that kind of shit's almost like getting to like boom bap kind of shit.
Yeah,
You know who
yeah.
else
Up
would
Then it would pop, but it's a lot of like pop kind of hip hop.
you know Grubby Paws, producer?
Yeah, he made a bunch of albums. Like he made that Boy
Tons.
Rock album.
Tons, yeah. He's like in that vein. I feel like it's
Yeah, he's
producer
good.
with all of those.
Dude, I want this podcast to turn into like a fucking freestyle fucking platform,
So
dude.
set it off then.
No, I'm saying like let's get an artist in here to fucking drop a freestyle
Cool.
before their album comes out on some like Bars I-95.
I'm about to, before I turn 40, I'm just gonna say fuck it, and I'm just gonna start rapping and say fuck it. I'm gonna do it. Why not?
Yeah, you're gonna wait till you're cool to do it.
I feel like I've gotten like significantly cooler as I've.
You know what's gonna happen if you start rapping?
Tell me.
That cool gonna come.
Is it possible to get cooler as you age?
Yeah, men get cooler as they age.
Well, what's the saying? Men age like wine.
Like wine, women age like milk.
Women age like bread, dude.
I dropped that one in the shop the other day, and people went crazy. People
That's
went
fucking
crazy.
two-person
And it was
shop,
like-
and one of them's a girl.
Yeah, I had a bunch of people in the shop, and it was like me, my male client, and then like 4 women hanging out in the shop. And I dropped it, and they all went crazy.
I wouldn't even really. I mean, I kind of would know how to operate like that because a lot of times it's just me and Will in there. But like, I do.
Shout out to the rest of the guys that work at the shop.
Shout out to the part timers, dude. No, but like we get a mix of it because then sometimes it'll be slammed in there, and it's like it's kind of weird. Like how your vibe at your shop is like very chill, and I'm looking around here. It's like it's got to be a madhouse in here where it's
but
rocking.
I'm
dude.
a crazy
shop?
person
Yeah.
though. Like that's the thing that people have to understand. Like, yeah, the
Very
shop's
interesting.
chill or whatever, but like you don't know what you're gonna get from me. That
Let me put it
Yeah, but
this
you
way.
like light incense and shit. You gotta like foster that,
He's
you
got the
know?
whole vibe.
because I'm
the
fucking
sage.
crazy, so I have to.
Yeah.
Let me explain to you the vibe in this shop. This shop's vibe is so crazy that we had to open a second shop to send the norms.
Well, you hire like fucking
Not
refugees and shit, and
I
people
do.
that
I will give
escaped
anybody a
war-torn
job.
countries and
I
shit.
genuinely would give anybody a shot until they are undeserving of
But-
that position.
But you haven't left the madness yet.
No, I need the madness. you
Yeah.
know?
See, me and Mike O'Regan, when we found that area up in Billerica where I'm renting a shop up there now, I was like, yeah, this would be cool because Somerville was chaotic.
yeah, you need a
It was
little break.
wild. These guys, especially when you started, it was already wild.
Madhouse.
And then you just turned the volume up to like 11.
First of all, when I told him I was getting my
I miss it
barber
now, though.
license, 2 guys quit
I told
that
you
day.
you were getting your barber license, and yeah,
2 guys quit that day. And they both came back, and one of them came back. He came back. I was like, dude, I was so ready to fucking be on his bumper every day. And now I'm kind of like, because I was telling him kind of joking earlier. I was like, dude, I was watching some CIA guy videos where they talk about how they like manipulate and kind of motivate assets to like do their bidding and shit. And I'm like, okay, there's a line where I can't cross where I'm like, I can't convince someone to like kill somebody. Sure. But it's like everything before that where they like trick people into liking them, like the likability psychology of like ask a lot of questions. You think you control the conversation by talking a lot, which is what I do. But it's like ask a lot of questions. Do it. Then you really control it because then you're the one guiding where the conversation. All of that stuff. So when I talk to him, I'm very like observational. I'm like, okay. Because I did this to Will. I accidentally learned that I could like do Inception on people because I had Will and he's like a LeBron James guy. He loves LeBron James. And in like 2 hours, I turned him into like, he's the biggest Larry Bird fan you've ever fucking seen.
It's just wacky.
To the point where he'll come into the shop. He's like, honestly, dude, Michael Jordan never beat Larry Bird. And then the other guy in the shop, CJ, is a super Michael Jordan. So they go at it. They go at it. And he's talking shit. He's like a Michael Jordan guy. And I'm like, dude, did Michael Jordan ever beat Bob Cousy? Shut up. Did he ever beat fucking, and I'm just naming guys from like the fucking 60s that he never played against. He's like, yeah. Has he ever fucking stuffed Havlicek? I don't think so, dude. Just couldn't touch him. Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, never fucking did anything to Bill Russell. Sucks, dude. But literally never beat Bird. He got fucked up by Bird.
But you convince people to change their mind about things.
I got Will into crypto.
Them into it.
I like introduced him to crypto. Now he's got like he doesn't even have an IRA. His whole fucking retirement's like 30 grand in crypto. He's doing great. A lot of fucking crypto.
Are you into crypto or do you just convince him?
No, I don't have any.
Yeah, that's where I was going.
I have none, dude. I have a financial manager, dude. I have a guy. Yeah, like I had an old job. I moved the 401k over to this guy. And I just kind of got him into it. And then he'll watch like videos and he'll come in and he'll be like, I think Bitcoin's going to be 250 grand by the end of the decade. And I'm like, why? He's like, it's just, you don't understand.
So wait, what were you doing before barbering?
Dude, I went to college. For music for like a year up at UMass Lowell.
Good program.
Which is a crazy program because it's the production and audio engineering.
Jazz?
No, it's music production and audio engineering is 1 degree. So you have to take like all these like European music art classes and fucking performance classes and music theory and like oral skills. But then you also have to take like fucking physics and like psychoacoustics and because these kids graduate and they could be like music production people or they could go work at Bose. So the degree was insane. Like it's just burnout. And it's kind of weird because everybody there's like artistic and then they're like go to calculus class. It's an engineering and an art degree. It's just fucking kind of weird to me. Then I ended up transferring out and I went to like college in Boston. I went to Wentworth right behind Northeastern. Yeah. We would always go to Wallace. You ever go to Wollaston's? Yep. Dude, I never got cream cheese on a sub, dude, until I went to Wollaston's. These are Japanese guys. They would do sushi and fucking subs. And they had a sub named like the Husky or whatever, the fucking the Northeastern mascot. And it was like a turkey sub. And they just get cream cheese on a fucking like a sub roll and just get it on. Dude, it's sick.
Okay.
So good.
We'll do the next episode.
We'll do the next episode of Wollaston's. Did that. And then I did like property management, like big scale property management. Just managing like literally like $10 million worth of work. And they paid me like 75 grand. So I was like, one day literally just went to the shop because I had always got my hair cut by Larry. Yep. And especially like all the way back when he was at Razor.
I cut your hair for probably 10 years before you decided to be a barber.
And I come in, I was like, do you guys like going to work?
Love it.
That's all I asked them. I was like, do you like being here?
You didn't like the property manager job?
No, because it was like, I like kind of pigeonholed myself into like the medical and research, which is the worst kind of property to manage because everything's specialized. Everything's insane. It's wild. I have a friend that does the same thing. He started managing data centers. He loves it, dude, because nobody works at data centers. They're just empty buildings. And all he has to do is get a blank check to like keep the air conditioners running. That's all he fucking has to do.
Doesn't sound fulfilling.
No, but he just goes on like, trust me, the money's fulfilling.
Sure.
That's what's fulfilling. And he doesn't
how
really
much
have
do you
to
get a year doing that?
How much did I get?
No. How much if you're a data center, you're balling out?
He was getting 6 figures when we were in our like mid 20s.
Okay.
But they don't have any dude, data centers are weird because they sell fake real estate. So it's just a building. There's nobody in there. Nobody bitches when you move their office. It's just a fucking bunch of computers, dude. And he's really not responsible for any of the tech. Those guys come in, the IT guys. He just literally keeps the air cold. That's like his whole gig. And if it ever doesn't go cold, he gets killed. But whatever, it's worth it. And then I just quit. I had like a fucking anxiety attack at work because I get calls all fucking day about I had moved to like a national account where I
You were
was
significantly more miserable. at
dude,
the end.
crazy miserable. And when you have an office job, which you could probably attest to this, you go to the bathroom and we do it now, we're barbers, but you go to the bathroom to take a shit to literally just get away from the office. And that's your peace, right? But in the last like 20 years or whatever, 30 years, they invented like cell phones, right? So you can't even get away because it's on. Then I put my cell phone on the toilet paper, like dispenser thing on the side of the fucking stall. And I remember I was getting a call by like the dickhead that would always bug me on the phone. And he's a contract. It wasn't even my company. He's like a contract. Just called a bitch at me. Middleman shit. And as it vibrated, because he called and it fell off. And I think in slow motion, I saw it and I was like, this is like an allegory for like my life right now. It's just falling off a toilet paper dispenser to a bathroom floor. So I just quit. I just left my fucking lunch bag there and just quit. And I hadn't gotten a haircut in like a month because I used to get out so late that they were all fucking closed. So I just went to the shop at like 11 o'clock one day. I was like, I just fucking quit, dude. I just crashed out. You heard crash out. I corporate crashed out. And then like a month later, I just went to Neha.
Like fucking flip-flops on, so I knew something was wrong.
Oh yeah, middle of the day. And then I went to Neha, dude, and I proceeded to just like ruin the administration's life for a couple months at Neha. Ruin their life. Because Neha's funny because it's like...
Bro, you did things at Neha that I could never... Like, we just went because we wanted to get out.
I
just
get out. Like, let me get in, let me get out.
This dude fucking figured out stuff at Neha that I had no clue that you should do because he had a real job. He was like, well, yeah, they give you 100 free hours. Why wouldn't you take them? I didn't even...
Dude, because you're going there for whatever months, right?
I hit 96. I was like, I'm not going
You
over
used
this.
them up?
I'm not paying them, but...
I never even used
They
any.
give you however
I want
many...
the gold scissors.
You can miss however many days before they start charging you to go over the time, right?
over the 100 hours.
But they also give, because a lot of these kids are young, so they give the perfect attendance award. And this is going back to if you're in like barber school, like don't fall for the tricks. They have the perfect attendance award. And they're like, this is important because then you're going to make a resume, which fucking is a resume. You ever read a resume for a barber? So she's like, this looks good on your resume. And it's the perfect attendance award. And it's like perfect attendance is fucking.
Imagine some kid coming
fucking
into the
cares?
shop right now being like, I got the golden scissors and the perfect attendance.
Because perfect attendance it's not an adult fucking thing. It's like, yeah, you got kids, you're sick, whatever. No one gives a shit if you have perfect attendance. Just tell us you're not coming to work today, whatever. Right. I mean, not every fucking day, but it's like, yeah, you can't just be perfect attendance all year. Right. So they give you however many days for free. And if you go over that hours, you got to pay, right? But what it means to me is like, it lines up perfectly however many months, 8 months, 9 months, right? Now, if they have room because you finished exactly at 9 months, on the 10th month, they can add a person because the class only starts once a month, right? So every person effectively is like 15 grand a month, right? Even though you pay in installments or whatever the fuck, like over the course of the year, accounts receivable every month, if there's 10 students in there, they're making 150 grand off that room, right? A month. Extrapolated, whatever. That's a lot of fucking money over the year. And they got the night class and they got Cosmo and they got nails. They're making some bread. And if you just stay an extra day and you're there for an extra day, that backs up the whole fucking trolley to where they can't fill that seat. So they get fucked for one seat for an extra month, basically. And I'm like, dude, if I leave and don't take those days off, they're not going to give me a check for fucking whatever money I didn't fucking take out of their ass.
True. So
taking the days off, dude. Every fucking month I take a day off.
Did you two get through there and like not miss any days?
I think I maybe missed a handful, maybe 5.
Every day. Every available day I took off.
You could really only
Not me.
But that's amazing. I took because my kid was like 3 years old, so like I took off when I needed to. I had a funeral once and I was trying to get there for 12. They're like, no, you can't come in. You got to eat the whole day.
Right.
So I ended up at 96 hours, but 100 hours over 9 months is not really that many days.
It's not that many days, but it's
like
one day a month.
It's like 8.5 days or something.
It's one day a month.
1 day a month. Yeah.
I had actually a funeral that I was like, I can't make it. I got school. And then I took the day off and hung out. And I didn't go to the
funeral. The funeral and you were like, fuck.
Yeah, no.
Trying to get out.
Because I would work at night. So I was like, any days, because I would work on the weekends too. So any days during the week that I didn't have to work, I would be like, I'm blowing it off.
When
so I
did you
actually get a day
graduate?
off.
2010 maybe.
Really?
Or 9.
Because we just missed each other at
Men's room.
the men's room
Yeah,
barbershop.
but I was at Floyd's for like a year.
I
and a
worked
half.
at Floyd's too.
I was at Floyd's for a year and a half, and then Novia.
I only worked at Floyd's for like a couple months.
How was that?
It was
What,
cool.
Floyd's?
Ish.
Yeah.
I had a good manager. I mean, I did numbers there, dude. I learned how to sell. I was doing like no BS, like 40 haircuts a day. I was moving.
I believe it.
I was quick.
They
40 a day.
Well, we had to there was a race, and then you'd be on the chart in the room, and the girls, one of them that's renting upstairs would be like 38, and then one would be like 40. And I was like, why am I not making any money? Because you get paid bi-weekly. Right. And then they had that whole thing where like,
Whatever
if you don't make money, you get the minimum wage. And I'm like, I can't live
So
off
that's 10-hour day.
Yeah.
That's 15-minute cuts.
Oh, we were
Not a piss or a
understand.
fucking sandwich.
Yes.
That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, I am insane. So
I can't
yeah.
understand. How
I mean, I was like, this was who knows how the haircuts were coming out? Maybe 20%.
God only knows.
But
I'll hit a
I
12 or
will
15-minute
say-
cut sometimes.
I will say I was a good amount of my clients still come to me today. They followed me from every shop I've ever done. You know,
Yeah.
I had people that drive an hour and a half, 2 hours to come see me.
I have like some clients that's like, 15-minute cut and it's fine. The kind of cut they get is just easy, right?
The haircut's done. It's
Getting all of that in one day would blow my mind. To
Well,
be
have
like,
you seen Luke, my partner? Luke?
I haven't seen it. You've told us about
churning and
this.
burning.
He's a
Sucks.
unicorn.
You said he's sending out like nice ass fades and shit
Yeah,
though in
he's good.
15
I've
minutes.
never seen honestly a bad haircut leave his shit. And he's trained his clients. His first haircut
That's
is in
the,
like
that's the
7
game
hours.
right there.
Yeah.
That's the
His
game.
first haircut's
If
at
you
like
work that way-
3:45 in the morning.
3:45.
I'm
He's like that
serious.
guy with the black dude with the blue water bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've ever seen that dude? Yeah, you have.
Am I?
Yeah, dude, the guy where he like fills up a bowl with the blue like fucking seltzer water and the lemons and washes his face.
Oh,
That guy,
yeah,
his
that-
video
that's
starts
like-
and it's like
that's
3:45 in the morning.
Is that
He
him?
he
I got
brushes his
bored.
teeth and he swishes the toothpaste out with the fucking blue water bottle. I saw it at the grocery store. I was at Market Basket. I was like, I'm gonna get it, dude. I'm gonna get it and start filling up my water bottle with it. Make a stupid video. I missed the
Dude,
train.
that's like the whole thing. They're doing ice in this like Saratoga
We'll
water.
do that on our
Yeah,
next
Saratoga
our
water,
next
that's it.
We'll be sponsored
episode.
after this, right?
We should be Arizona iced tea.
Yeah.
Uh,
I want to talk to
Nike,
Mike. I want to get a fucking Polar Seltzer fucking sponsor.
Pocari's 100%.
They should
Pocari's is
definitely
in,
give us
dude.
a gift card.
Agreed.
At least.
We can never step foot in that restaurant again.
Why?
Not that we were
I
going
mean, I'd
to.
probably be fine with that. I was gonna go this week.
That's why I don't know how it overlaps with Regina's, because literally when people come in and we have a
Kowloon.
what?
Kowloon. We should be sponsored by
Kowloon.
Kowloon.
Kowloon? Whatever. It's
I
okay.
could kill some of those ribs, man.
Dude,
the
when people
Saugus
come in
rings?
new,
Saugus rings or the bone and ribs. And I
mean,
do
those
love
are
their
all-
lo mein. I mean, their
the
lo
bone
mein
in,
with a
what
flat
kind of lo
noodle,
mein? Is it
lobster
flat
sauce.
noodle?
I have the flat noodle, yeah.
That's good lo mein.
for sure.
When you get lo mein and it's like spaghetti,
yeah.
I don't like it.
Not a fan?
I like the flat
Is
noodle.
it because
egg noodle lo
the
mein.
sauce doesn't stick to the noodle?
I don't know. I think it's
I
just
think- yeah.
indicative of the kind of noodle. It's like an egg noodle and it's rolled and cut, and spaghetti is an extruded process.
All right.
So it's a different kind of pasta.
Yeah.
We're getting into pasta in fucking.
Next episode, we start with that icy fucking plunge thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do the ALS challenge with fucking Saratoga bottles and lime juice.
The ALS challenge once in a big piece of ice just cracked me right in the head. I was
I've
just
done the ALS challenge.
glad that came and went. I'm not gonna be doing that again this summer. I'll throw him some money, but I won't be dumping ice over my head on Instagram for anybody.
No,
Nah.
you didn't do it.
No, I think I did, but I wouldn't do it again. I just
No.
don't eat.